From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, November 29th, 2015. Silver is trading at $14.09 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,058 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $363. Antiwar.com reports while the Cameron government continues to insist the shipment of weapons to Saudi Arabia fully complies with international law, British Foreign Office lawyers and diplomats are warning that it is not at all clear and that Britain could be setting itself up for war crimes prosecutions by continuing to sell missiles to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has come under significant fire for its massive civilian death toll in the last 9 months of attacks in Yemen, and the Foreign Office is concerned about how many of those bombs and missiles falling on Yemen are from Britain. Arms sold before the war began are a concern certainly, but the bigger concern seems to be that the Cameron government continues to sell more weapons to the Saudis, even as they continue an air war with one of the most heavy civilian death tolls in decades. The Foreign Secretary has sought to skirt the issue in the past by saying there is a review of the Saudi sales upcoming, and that just has not been done yet, but the lawyers warn that's ringing increasingly hollow the longer the war last, and the more military contact Britain and Saudi Arabia have in the war against the Islamic State. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports at least 3 people died and a 4th person was missing in North Texas flooding on Saturday as rain continued to fall throughout the central United States. A slow-moving weather system dumped more than 5 inches of rain beginning Thursday on parts of already soaked Texas. Flash flood alerts are in effect for North Texas through Sunday morning as temperatures are expected to drop. More than 50,000 homes were already without power early Saturday after an ice storm in Oklahoma City. In Kansas, slick conditions led to hundreds of car crashes, according to authorities. The National Weather Service said significant accumulation of ice and snow will bring dangerous travel conditions and potential power outages to portions of New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Further to the east, heavy rain could cause river flooding and flash flooding across the southern plains. In Johnson County, Texas, located in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, rescue workers said flooding had swamped roads, leading to at least 3 deaths. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports civil rights leader Jesse Jackson on Saturday joined a chorus calling for Chicago's police superintendent and a top prosecutor to resign for the way they handled last year's fatal shooting of a teenager by a police officer. More than a year after the October 2014 shooting, Cook County State's Attorney Anita Alvarez this week announced a murder charge against Officer Jason Van Dyke for the slaying of 17-year-old Laquan McDonald. Hours later, the Chicago Police Department, headed by Police Superintendent Gary McCarthy, released a graphic video of the shooting to comply with a court order. Van Dyke's lawyer said the officer had opened fire because he feared for his life and the lives of other police officers when he saw McDonald had a knife. In addition to calling for the removal of Alvarez and McCarthy, Jackson demanded the appointment of a special prosecutor to try Van Dyke. He also said he wanted a federal investigation into the police department with the aim of changing what critics say is a culture of racial bias. The video clip, taken with a camera mounted on the dashboard of a squad car, showed McDonald being shot as he walked away from police officers. A total of 16 shots were pumped to his body, many even after he lay motionless on the pavement. Jackson spoke the day after about 2,000 protesters flooded Chicago's Magnificent Mile, a strip of designer shops, to voice outrage over the killing and how the case was handled. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.